Hello everyone, my name is Shelly Calhoun Jones and I'm a Technical Marketing Director here at Cohesity. In this demo, we'll explore some of Cohesity's latest threat protection enhancements. Let's get started. In the context of this demonstration, I'm an incident responder currently dealing with an active security event. Our SIM solution flagged unusual activity and initial threat scans have confirmed the presence of ransomware. We've initiated our response plan, but before we can contain the threat, we need to determine the blast radius and assess the impact. Threat scanning is vital to this process. We need to respond quickly. As an incident responder, you need to look for indicators of compromise. Threat scanning allows you to identify unexpected encryption patterns that may suggest the presence of ransomware, known malware signatures, and suspicious file behaviors. It also gives you the ability to proactively detect and investigate threats. For instance, if you have an Active Directory server generating alerts through a SIM or XDR solution integrated with Cohesity Data Cloud, you can check that server for any infected snapshots. To do this, we can perform a wildcard search to filter the results based on a specific type of object, or search for a specific workload like an Active Directory server. We can also use the Cohesity Threat Library to identify indicators of compromise. Security teams can also import in their own custom URL rules or integrate into threat feeds like CrowdStrike. Underneath the hood, we're also connected into Google's Threat Intelligence feed. Let's take a look at some other ways that we can customize our threat scan. On this screen, I have the option to run the scan either once or, if this is part of a mission-critical workload, could choose to run it periodically. If I've recently experienced a security event and want to verify that my snapshots are clean, I could focus on a specific date range. Additionally, I could choose to run a full scan or an incremental scan. Incremental scans are particularly useful because if I know of a specific security event that occurred within a certain time frame, it allows me to retrieve the scan results more quickly. To improve performance, you can also set a limit on the maximum number of threat matches allowed for each snapshot during a scan. These threat matches help incident responders decide if a snapshot is compromised. Once enough indicators of compromise are detected, the scan will automatically proceed to the next snapshot. This feature improves scanning performance and utilizes resources more efficiently by reducing unnecessary processing. You can find these settings in Cohesity's API documentation if you want to include them in your own security tools. Additionally, you can send audit logs and other information to other security platforms within your environment. Let's take a look at one of the initial threat scans that my team ran earlier. In this example, we can see multiple ransomware detections, and I could choose to perform further investigation using VirusTotal to see if the threat has been reported in the broader security community, allowing me to assess the risk more quickly. Or I could choose to obtain the file hash to identify other infected systems. Let's take a closer look at file hashing and how this feature works in Cohesity. A new feature that Cohesity added for threat hunting is a new file hashing capability to detect malware in your backup images. By comparing these hashes against threat intelligence sources, I gain a better understanding of potential threats. This process enables me to identify infected systems that need to be isolated and verify which recovery points are safer to use. I also have the ability to upload additional file hashes. Earlier, we discussed how custom hashes can be useful when addressing an active threat, but they also play a significant role in ensuring compliance. Uploading custom hashes creates an audit trail demonstrating due diligence in incident handling. If the hashes are malicious, you can blacklist them, strengthening your security policies. From this screen, we can search for specific file hashes or filter by a particular threat intelligence feed. Threat intelligence serves as an updated most wanted list of known bad fingerprints. When Cohesity compares its stored data against this list, it actively checks for anything that the threat community has already identified as dangerous. This means that your backup system acts as a second line of defense, utilizing global intelligence to prevent the restoration of infected data and to understand how far back a threat has spread. The results also indicate other objects with this particular threat artifact. It presents a good opportunity to perform a threat scan or recover the file into a clean room for further investigation. This completes the demonstration. During this demo, we explored how to use Cohesity's threat protection feature to respond quickly to an active security event. Specifically, we examined how threat scanning can help identify indicators of compromise and how rapid threat hunting helps limit the blast radius and assesses the threat's impact. Cohesity allows us to respond and recover swiftly, strengthening our cyber resilience. Thanks for watching.